Thunder Bay Police are looking for volunteers within the force to participate in a unique partnership with the OPP and the KI First Nation. Police officers and other employees are being invited to spend a one-week deployment in Big Trout Lake to learn about Indigenous policing and build relationships that will help the force here in Thunder Bay. Jonathan Wilson reports.
It was a good trip for myself and Chief Fleury, and I think our officers will be treated very good up there.
Deputy Police Chief Ryan Hughes and City Police Chief Darcy Fleury were recently invited by OPP to travel 600 kilometers north to Kitchener-Maykootsib in Innuwig. It's an initiative meant to strengthen the bonds between the two police forces and the remote community.
We've been working with the Ontario Provincial Police regarding a partnership with the opportunity to police with them in some of their northern fly-in communities of First Nations. And the OPP reached out to Big Trout Lake, KI, and spoke with their chief and council and asked if they would be receptive to Thunder Bay Police doing policing with their officers up in their community. The chief of Big Trout Lake was very receptive for our officers working up there.
Hughes says their officers and other employees will spend 1 week in Big Trout Lake, working alongside the OPP, which absorbed the KI Police Service last April.
Give our officers the opportunity to observe First Nations, northern First Nation communities, how they live, and how to interact with them, and how the OPP officers interact with the First Nations communities up in a northern community.
Hughes says besides the insights their officers will gain, the force as a whole will also benefit from this initiative.
What we want to do as a service with Big Trout Lake is to build a relationship, so when their community members are in Thunder Bay, they're not nervous about approaching a Thunder Bay police officer in the community when they need it. And that's one of the main purposes, is to build that trust and reconcile the differences that we've had in the past.
The Thunder Bay Police volunteers will be offered the chance to travel to KI one at a time in order to ensure staffing levels aren't impacted in Thunder Bay.
We will not be going under staffing levels to send officers up. We will make sure our staffing levels are what they're supposed to be at prior to sending our officers up north.
And Hughes envisions this becoming an exchange program, with KI officers spending a week in Thunder Bay working alongside their staff. Jonathan Wilson, TBT News.